Now, from Barcelona's mouth-watering tapas to Parma's delicious ham, this morning we're going to be taking a look at what some of Europe's top food and wine destinations have to offer. Travel journalist Julianne Mooney joins us now with some great ideas and offers. Good morning, Julianne.
Good
Happy
morning,
New Year
Mark.
to you.
And to you too.
And I'll tell you what, you're starting off the new year with two of my favourite places.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't like Barcelona.
Oh, I think it's one of the kind of Irish people's top city destinations. It just has everything. You've got I remember the first time actually I went, seeing the Gaudi buildings.
They're extraordinary. And it's
Incredible.
it's hard to explain to people just how extraordinary they are until you stand in front. I mean, I remember standing in front of the Sagrada Familia for the first time and looking at it and trying to figure out, how could you build something? How could you even dream something like that up?
I know, it's just incredible. And now actually I went in November and it's the first time I've been since all the scaffolding has come down, and went inside, and it's just incredible to think that, you know, he started building it, at the end of the 1800s? And it's just taken that long, and they always thought it would take that long, but you know, it has.
Well, they've had a committee of the world's best architects in Spain and the world's best architects trying to finish it in the style and in the spirit of him.
Yeah.
And to this day, they still can't figure out how he dreamed up what he did, but also the construction techniques. Because if you look at the outside of it, there's parts of it where it actually looks like the rock is melting or something. It's bizarre and astonishing.
Beautiful.
But it's not the only one. Everybody features on that. There's Park Güell, and there's also the apartment blocks. Yes,
which are incredible, and it's just everywhere you go. And I mean, even aside from Gaudi, the architecture is beautiful. You've got great nightlife as well. Port Olympic has really taken off. That's, you know, if you want kind of late night bars, and then you've got obviously the food and the wine. So the food, everywhere you go, all the little taverns. You've got family taverns, so you can get cheap tapas, and it's such a beautiful way to eat. And obviously in Barcelona, Catalan food is quite different to other kind of Spanish dishes.
Well,
so
they pride
have their
themselves
own
on being
twist.
separate to the rest of Spain, don't
they do. And my sister-in-law is actually from Barcelona, so we have to. I know all about it, independence. So, but no, they are different dishes. But just the way of eating the tapas is beautiful. They've got amazing Michelin star restaurants as well. There's actually, and very high standard restaurants that are a little pricey. But if you go there's a website I found, thefork.com. And you can actually get different menus for 50% off. So book your table through them. And so you can eat at all these really fine restaurants for half the price as well.
Okay. Now, I mean, look, you don't really need any excuse to go to Barcelona, but we're going to give people a very good excuse a little later on, because we've got a lovely prize, which is courtesy of Torres, and is it who else?
BudgetAir.ie. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But in terms of you decide to go there, accommodation is actually very reasonable. Now, there's some of the swankiest hotels in Europe there, but you can also have a very good quality accommodation at a reasonable price too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, some of the deals I went through BudgetAir, and they had different kind of flights going for around €60 return. Hotels, there was the NH hotels for what was it, €63?
63 euro.
Yeah,
per night.
and B hotel at €59 as well, and that's per room per night. So between January and April, you get really, really good deals. Obviously, in the summer the prices go up, but if you just take a look through BudgetAir, and they've got the different prices. And they also had kind of special offers. It's €250. That's your return flights and 2 nights bed and breakfast.
What's the weather like at this time of year?
It was lovely. November was really lovely. It gets cold, so you're probably at around 10 degrees. To be honest, it's similar to here, maybe not as cold.
But cold there is, you might need a sweater.
Well, you needed a coat.
Yeah,
you definitely needed a coat. I was wearing a coat, but we went to the Torres vineyards, and that's kind of when we went in there. It was lovely and sunny, and they've opened actually a beautiful visitor centre there, and you get to walk around the vineyards. You go into the cellars. They have a little train that goes through, and you learn the history of the vineyard itself. And it's only half an hour.
And you get to do some tasting.
Wine tasting. They have a beautiful restaurant. Actually, if you do go there, it's only half an hour from Barcelona. Go to the restaurant. 5 minutes from the visitor centre. Incredible food. It was the best food I had in Barcelona.
Okay, let's move on to Parma. I wouldn't claim to know it very well, but I have been there. It's a lovely city.
It's beautiful.
It's very intimate. You can walk around it. You don't need transport.
Yeah.
Beautiful buildings. Interesting mixture of the old and the new.
Absolutely. I don't know. I had never really expected anything from it. And when I went, it was one of my favourite places that I've been now this year. It was just such a real surprise. Again, like, I loved all the little kind of specialist shop boutiques. You don't really have the high street shops there. As you said, really easy to get around. Beautiful day trips as well. So you can go out. Medina's close by. So if you're into, you can go and taste your balsamic vinegar. There's vineyards in and around the area as well. Obviously, for the food, Parma is known for the Parma ham, and also the Parmigiano Reggiano. So I actually went under kind of, there is this EU incentive.
All the milk products and all the rest of it.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about the Parmigiano and the Parma ham is everyone thinks they're just from Italy or wherever they're from, but they're actually specifically from this area. So the town of Parma is being promoted at the moment by Discover the Origin, because the products are originated there hundreds of years ago and they're still produced in the same way. And every restaurant you go into, like, I have never eaten so much Parma ham in my life, or Parmesan, but it was absolutely beautiful and really, really good value as well. Eating out in a Michelin star restaurant was €40 for the 3 courses. So
yeah, the thing to bear in
value.
mind about Parma is Parma is an agrarian, it's an agricultural town. It's the centre of Italy's agricultural business. So it has a kind of a rural quality to it. I mean, it'll be a bit like Charleville or Mitchelstown here. Being big towns, prosperous, but very distinctly rural, and quite proud of it too.
Very
we just want
proud.
to throw some details up there. You can fly direct to Bologna, which again, actually, by the way, if you're going to do that trip, Bologna is worth a look around.
Definitely
because
tie in.
And if you want to have a proper bolognese, that's where they made it, that's where they came up with it, and it's very different to the one that we think of as bolognese.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, completely different.
Right, fly direct, accommodation, and I would imagine accommodation in Parma would be very reasonable.
It is. So you're looking at maybe €100 per room. I found these Parisi suites absolutely beautiful,
Well, that's high
self-catering.
end.
And this is high end. The Parisi suites, they're just above the Michelin star restaurant, but that's €90 per room per night. And so, you know, sharing between two, that's €45 a night, and you can bring your breakfast, you know, so it's really, really reasonable.
Okay.
And then Budget Air have packages from $394, and that's for staying in a 4-star hotel and your flights.
Thank you very much, Julianne. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the item, we're going to offer one lucky viewer a chance to win a fantastic weekend for 2 to Barcelona, and who wouldn't want that? And this one comes with extras. By the way, we want to say thank you to Budget Air and Torres Wines for this prize. It includes flights, accommodation, a tour of the amazing Torres winery, and delicious tapas lunch for 2 to be in with a chance of winning. Just call 15 15 999 009 or text prize to 57199. Details are on your screen now. And answer the following question. Wine comes from what fruit? A, grape, B, pineapple, or C, grapefruit? Don't forget, you can log on to BudgetAir.ie to check out all their latest offers.